Welcome to this short analysis of I Wandered Lonely as a Cloud by William Wordsworth. This poem is actually also known as The Daffodils, and when Wordsworth was taking a walk when he was living in the Lake District, he was taking a walk with his sister, and they came across this long belt of daffodils, this huge field. And Wordsworth, being a romantic poet, meaning that he valued a close relationship with nature, and he really lived his life with an emphasis on the importance of the imagination. When he saw this long belt of daffodils, he felt so inspired by this moment that it uplifted his kind of mood, which caused him to then write this poem about it. So the form and structure of the poem, it is written in 4 stanzas, and if you notice, each stanza is a sestet, meaning it has 6 lines in each stanza. The rhyme scheme is quite regular. It's A, B, A, B, C, C. Don't worry about remembering that if you can remember the words regular, and that's combined with the kind of iambic tetrameter meter of the poem, which gives it that musicality, that lilting quality to the poem, and helps kind of compound that dreamlike imagery that Wordsworth uses. So let's go through some key quotations in the poem and some key moments of analysis. The very first line of the poem, very important because it also reflects the title of the poem. I wandered. Wandered. That verb wander means to walk aimlessly without purpose. So the poem opens up with this kind of sense of solitude, a sense of person on their own and being a bit purposeless. And that's reinforced with the simile as a cloud. Now, Wordsworth mentions over vales and hills, and that is where we can draw in the context of this poem being written in the Lake District when he was on a walk with his sister. Of course, there are more verbs to look at within that stanza, but for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to go over some key ones. We have, of course, again, the extended metaphor of the daffodils and the daffodils dancing. So the daffodils are really, really important in this poem. They are the key image. You have to look at them and look at the symbolism of daffodils. And their symbols are harbingers of like spring and new beginnings and rebirth, which is really, really important here. Going into the second stanza, then the imagery shifts from vales and hills to something more celestial, something more awe-inspiring, stars and Milky Way, and the concept of them being never-ending and continuous. So Wordsworth here, he's reinforcing that sublime power of nature and how awe-inspiring it is. And again, we have the daffodils and their dancing, and the power of them dancing can uplift one's nature. This is reinforced then in the fourth sestet with words like glee and gay and jocund, all of them emphasizing extreme happiness. And then we have a shift in the final sestet to the present tense, and that just highlights that this poem, this is about a memory and the power of that memory to create that everlasting impact of a person. And we have this reflective tone continue throughout that final stanza with vacant and pensive and inward eye. And again, really importantly, it ends with the personification of the daffodils to highlight the transformative power of nature. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to get down all your annotations into your poetry anthology.